probably down the stairs. Probably? Maybe? Question mark? Or this way? Oh! Hello? Ow! Ouch! That reminds me. I should look through my words. Hold on. Because I don't think I have anything equipped onto this. Yeah, I don't. It was on here. Wow, that's embarrassing. I don't have anything equipped! Oh, that's so sad. Do I have anything that gives me more attack power? Okay, I do. I could do like item drop rate, I guess. Maybe? That also does paralyze. I don't think I need more experience. That also has guard break. Would that be more? No. Okay. What else? That one I'm using. I do use Dark Blast sometimes. I should probably equip something on there. I guess I could do that. I have no idea what I'm picking at this point. But that's okay. All right, let's see how this works. I don't know if like certain words are better than others. I don't feel like I have a good portion of them, but we'll see. I somehow made it through the door before the enemy spawned. Okay. Usually you're not supposed to be allowed to go through the doors until all of the enemies are gone. All right. It's time to flee. We have to go. I forgot how we came in though. Didn't we like land on a box? Emotional sadness time. We're ready though. I have to like brush my bangs out of my eyes. If my bangs are parted weird today, I'm sorry. I can't really see.
Well, did you find my stone?
I did.
That's it. Oh, thank you. Oh, and while you're here, how about a free reading? Come on, it's the least I can do.
I'm gonna get my fortune told. Are y'all ready?
Sure, might as well.
Let's see what the eye has to reveal.
Why is it loading? Should I be scared?
Where are we? I don't know. Never seen this place before.
Pause?
Shit! In our dreams? What cheek.
Dreams?
I refuse to believe that
No
we were
fucking
whisked
way.
to some alien land.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, this is cool. That's a valid reason though, Plume. This is so cool. I want to go inside. Time for another adventure in NieR Replicant. Yes, time for another probably lots of crying adventure. All right. We're gonna kick some ass now. This is the area from the tutorial. But now that makes me want to watch the tutorial, like the beginning part of this game again. Because it's been a long time. Damien and I were just talking about that, how I wanted to rewatch that part. Boop. Can I go in there? No! Take me back. Take me back.
What was that?
I cannot say. But I doubt it was a mere daydream if all of us experienced it as one.
I think I've seen that before.
Wow. I don't know what happened, but you guys look pretty shaken up.
Yeah.
There's a deep inner meaning behind this fortune, but I'm not really sure what it is. I guess I need more practice. Anyway, thanks again for the help. Stop by anytime.
That was an
I
interesting
think I'll pass for
fortune.
now.
What was that all about?
Did I get it?
I don't know. It gave me some serious deja vu.
Did it
Yeah,
not?
it did.
Yeah, like I'd been there before or something. But at the same
Let me
time,
tell you.
felt like something was pushing down on my chest.
Interesting.
Well, it was just a dream. Best to put it out of your mind.
That was sick. But do I have... Did I get the weapon that I needed? What weapon am I missing? It says I'm at 96%, so what weapon could I be missing? Hold on. Let me pull up my Excel sheet really quick. Oh no! I typed in NieR to open up my Excel sheet and it wanted to open NieR Reincarnation. I have Labyrinth Song now. That one I have. But... Oops. But I'm missing... Am I still missing Iron Pipe? Or did I not, like... I could have sworn this quest was supposed to give me that, but maybe I'm wrong? Am I incorrect? Maybe I am. That will never be opened again. What will never... Oh, my little Excel spreadsheet? No, it shouldn't be. But I didn't... She didn't give me it.
How about a...
Wait, she'll give it to me again? Like I can listen to the fortune again? Hold on.
How about a...
What happens if I do it again?
Let's see.
Do I get to just go back anytime I want? Wait, this is actually kind of cool. Can I go in here? Yes! Okay. Thank God. I was like, no way did I fuck that up. Okay, I'm glad that I can go back. That's so cool, though. This is such a cool sequence that you can, like, probably miss? Is it possible to completely miss this? Reincarnation? Oh, yeah. I can open it to feel something. And what I feel is sadness. Truly, it, like, breaks my heart that I won't be able to play that game ever again. And pain if people don't do the side quest, yeah. That's so fascinating. That you could just miss coming back to this area completely. Whoop. It's such a cool part. Oh, look at them, little buddies. I do think at least it's nice that they give you like other opportunities to get weapons you missed. Like if you missed them in part 1, for example, with like young NieR, at least they give you other opportunities. I always thought that's kind of nice. If people don't do the side stuff, they'd be missing out a lot in the long run. I mean, heck, I just found out that one of the quests that I never finished, that's in my like uncompleted quests, that Damien did. I was like, shoot, I kind of wish I didn't miss that quest because it had such an interesting like ending to it. It was the missing girl quest. Makes me want to like replay this game again, which I will, obviously. But you really do miss some like interesting parts of the game if you miss like any side quests. Makes me very glad though that I have plans to play like the OG NieR later. Ba-da-da-da. I'm gonna have to do all of like Emil's side quests. Oh. Boom. I did it. And I got the iron pipe, and I'm all done. I did it all. Now we can actually progress the story. I didn't want to do it until we completed this quest, because that would have been really embarrassing.
I cannot say.
We have seen it before. But let's take a look. I did it. 100%. I'm very happy. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but that was really cool. Bum, bum. Wow. Okay. Are y'all ready for me to progress? I have other quests that I can do, but now I'm kind of like, it's time.
Oh, there.
I want to know. Also, Plume, I know you messaged me this and I meant to reply to it, but I'm going to answer the question that you had about how long I think route, like the rest of the routes that I have are in regards to like route C through E. I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. I was assuming they'd potentially be fast because B didn't feel that long to me, but I really don't know, if I'm being honest. Like, I have zero expectations on how long C through E are. I just thought I might be close to finishing it because Route B did not feel long. And I understand why. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, we're gonna jump up. Maybe I should try to upgrade this sword like one more time. Wonder what I would need. I'll leave you to wonder then. I truly have no idea. Bye! Rest in peace. Little shade. Oh, that reminds me. Pause. Look what arrived. Are y'all ready? Because I have zero chill. Plume already knows probably that I got these because it was mentioned in Discord. But I got this, which is the NieR Reincarnation second arc soundtrack. I love the cover of this one so much. I kind of just want to frame it. Because that's one of my favorite parts in NieR Reincarnation. And then, especially the second arc. I just loved when you walked out into that part and the jellyfish were there. But I also got this one. They don't have one for the third arc yet. I really loved NieR Reincarnation, and so I've been trying to, like, gather things from it and just love them forever. Because I feel like once the NieR Reincarnation stuff is gone, it will never come back because the game is gone. So there's no need for it to ever come back. That's why vinyl kind of rules. Yeah, I have my Kingdom Hearts vinyl for that reason. I wanted to frame them. I would cry if I could get Yoko Shimomura to sign them one day. That would be my dream. But also, I don't know if I'll be too shy to ever have that happen. Because I'm a silly willy. Boop. Man. Video game soundtracks just go really hard. No! I need to leave the Lost Shrine! I have places to go, little arm shades. More of them need more of them to do orchestras. I need more of the NieR Orchestra. I need the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra to return. When was the last time we had a Kingdom Hearts Orchestra? 2020? I need another one. Because I didn't get to go. So I need another one. Ooh, my screen just like flickered in a very weird way. I don't know if it did for y'all. It may not have. In which case, y'all are lucky because that scared me quite a bit. It's getting a little hot, so I usually have a pillow on my lap to kind of just rest my hands on, but it's too hot for that now. You need the 14 one to not only happen at FanFest for us. Does the 14 one only happen at FanFest? I had no idea. I know at Distant Worlds they usually play like at least one song from 14 or like a medley from 14. I barely played 14, so don't quote me on that. I might not know enough. I might not have enough experience to tell you. I just want them to play other FF8 songs during Final Fantasy VIII. I want to hear Man with the Machine Gun, which I know they've played before, but I want to... Yeah, Distant Worlds plays a little bit. Not a ton, but a little bit. It makes sense, though, because as they add more Final Fantasy games, they do have to add more to their set list. When you think about it, they have to continuously add to their set list. Like, now 16 is out. I would love to see 16 soundtrack performed. I'm going to the Rebirth concert, the orchestra, in August. So we'll see. To be fair, the one at FanFest is more of a rock concert. That's still so sick.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Why do you?
This is where Vice and I first met. And first fought together.
That's very true.
Wow. This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
I love
At
Kaine.
least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Vice. You stupid bitch. You be nice to her, or I will kick your ass. Gootsy, this is a Vice hate club right now, okay? Anytime he says anything mean to Kaine, I have to rip out a page and set it on fire. But yeah, things are going good, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. I just really want another NieR orchestra, another Kingdom Hearts orchestra. I'd like, you know, a 16 orchestra. I should probably finish 16 though, and so should Damien. We should both finish that game. It's been 82 years. Actually, it's almost been a year since we both started it. You cannot turn back from this point. Are we ready? What's that phase 4, Gutsy? What did I do? Oh, that sucks, Smog. The lottery system was interesting. 16 is lost to the ether. No, it's not. I swear we have plans to finish it. I swear. The door is open. Thank you, King Fun Boots. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to kick some ass now. This is a gorgeous view. All right, here we go. Hello? Oh, to be a little bird in a fountain. This poor statue. I want to be a little bird in a fountain. Let me live my bird dreams. I'll break some boxes, though. There's nothing in them. That feels kind of rude. This area is really pretty, though. Hello, little birds.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle.
This would terrify me, actually, if a bird started talking to me with that deep a
I
voice.
feel confident I've heard this somewhere before.
To whom I ask, why did you must...
Because their lives are short. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I answer.
I ask, how can humans extend their
I interrupted Vice. I'm sorry.
I answer by separating body from soul.
I ask, what is the destination of soul?
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells.
Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
Hello, welcome in. I'm actually just a silly dingus, but welcome in.
It's the twins from your village.
Popla? Devila? What are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village?
No?
This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
I love the way that that's delivered. Like, just that voice acting is perfect. Any chance you just want to not do this? You just want to leave?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
What are you two doing here?
I'm not going to answer that. You can figure it out yourself.
But I want to know.
We're here to rescue Yona.
He's like, want to go back to the village? Do you want to go back to the village? Sorry, she is, Popla. Do you want to go back?
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad.
It's okay. It's my time to kick ass.
We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
Oh, the way that she looks away.
Devil, what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you
God.
talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it. Give him, you glorious.
Okay. Tyron kind of scares me sometimes.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
Ah! I still love them though. Despite this, I love them.
What now? They...
Shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the
I love
first place.
Kaine. Kaine's vocab is the
We simply owned A
best.
small portion of it.
That's okay.
Vice, are you all right?
He's clearly not okay, but
Why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the shades?
damn, look at the damage I did. I feel like I relate the most to Kaine. Child, not murder-centric NieR. Damn. What did adult NieR do to you?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
Or grown-up
Shadow
NieR?
Lord. So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
This fight's just so good. And truly, they are serving. They are the best guards ever. Adult NieR killed the robot and the dogs, but he didn't know.
Devil and Popola are fighting us.
He just wanted his
They do
sister
seem to be
back.
Putting us through a great deal of...
Turb.
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be...
Oh no, you won't be able to insult
Vice?
Kaine
Do
anymore.
not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Vice. I am perfectly...
Yeah, that sounds normal, actually. That sounds totally fine. I don't think anything is gonna go
I
wrong.
think I hear a waltz.
Nothing's gonna go wrong in here. I think this next door is gonna be really great, and I think we're not gonna be like traumatized, and we're not gonna be sad, and nothing bad's gonna happen, and we're just gonna go in, and it's gonna be the Haunted Mansion ride. That's what it's gonna be. Like we're gonna get in, and they're gonna have the little line where you get in the little boat thingy, little, what do you call that? Little car. And then we're gonna go into the little dining room area, little ballroom area where they're all dancing. That's what's behind this door, and it's gonna be good fun, and nothing is gonna be sad. Leah making fun of Laura, so on brand. Listen, Gucci, look at Kaine. She does not deserve the insults, okay? She is the best. But NieR didn't know any better. Bumper cars. Kaine's gonna have fun. We're gonna all have fun. Okay? It'll be peaceful and it'll be nice. And nothing bad is gonna happen. What did I say? It looks exactly like the Haunted Mansion. We're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
There
Oh.
are shades.
Well, this doesn't feel right, actually. I'm sorry!
Walked in.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Okay, well, this is not like the Haunted Mansion. I'm so sorry. Oh. I don't want to hurt them anymore. This feels really wrong. Like, I know that on NieR's mind, it's only like saving Yona. And he doesn't understand what the shades are saying. But this makes me so sad. Kinda advised brother and sister relationship with giving each other shit. Yeah, I definitely see that. Like, they mean it from a place of affection. They're not actually being nasty to each other. Which, like, my siblings and I can relate to that as well. I just will always defend Kaine until the end of time. They're like me and my sister with how out of pocket insulting each other we are. Yeah, I know my sister and I will poke fun at each other. We don't get nearly as intense as I feel like Vice and Kaine get sometimes, but we can be. I'm doing really well. I'm very happy. Today was a bit busy at work, so I'm kind of tired, to be honest. But other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Whoop. It's always a different feeling as an outside observer. I think so. That's something my sister and I have discussed with each other before, where it's kind of like the way that we will, you know, have humor amongst each other is very different than the humor we would have with other people. Like, we'd never do that type of humor with other people, you know? With, like, insulting each other, like... And I think that goes for, like, anyone that does, like, playful banter. Most people do playful banter with people that they're close with or that they know really well. You don't usually do it with people that you don't know very well. Hi, Laurel Felix. How are you?
Won't stop coming.
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love a good
Oh, Grimoire Vice. I'm gonna miss his voice though.
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Lurking while you play a new game. I hope whatever game you're playing is fun. Not sure which one you're playing right now. But I don't want to distract you from it too much by asking. I hope it's fun though.
Hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
She's doing her best.
No, you idiot. What are you doing?
Love doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Fuck it up, Kaine.
You impatient fool.
Playing Rabbit and Steel? Oh, I've never heard of that before. I hope it's a fun game at least. With you and your friend, we are so sarcastic and rude to each other because we can joke like that, and we're also very close. Yeah, I feel like that type of humor is reserved for those who are close to you, for sure.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh!
Real.
Got it.
Kaine, look out!
She's the best! Oh, Kaine. Oh. Oh.
Kaine, what's wrong?
Oh, this is so sad.
We need to help Kaine.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
I feel so bad in this playthrough. This is my real nemesis. Ow.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Kinda hears it the whole time.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Your heart is different. It ain't hatred, and it ain't sadness. What's going on here, Sunshine?
How should I know?
Kaine, are you all right?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Interesting. Oh,
It's just such a good playthrough. Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it just changes your whole perspective. Because when you play the first one, obviously you're getting a lot of information at this part. And you're learning a lot about what's actually going on. But you only really know, like, NieR's perspective. And why he feels this way towards the Shades and everything that's going on from his perspective. But with this route, it's like you learn exactly what the Shades were thinking and why they were probably reacting in the way that they were. And it makes it just such a more emotional experience. It was already emotional in the first route, but then it just gets more emotional. Just fun to see the VAs, you know, in a table setting. Yeah, I think it would be fun to just try watching it. I don't know if I'd ever catch up. To be honest, it would probably take me a long time. Yes, it would be called Hussies in Holes. Oh, God. I don't wanna. No, live. You have to live.
Brace yourself against the shock.
Oh. Yeah, this game is really good.
Shit.
Oh dear.
It'll be fine. I can handle this. It just has armor on, you know? It's fine. I like how this one I'm killing faster than the other one.
Can we even hit this thing?
That fog. Oh no!
We can't stop now. Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going!
Let's go!
Are we going? Am I still fighting? Should I still do this thing?
Move!
I'm like, what do they want me to do? I'm stressed. Okay, goodbye to the ballroom.
Up here!
Just don't be stressed, easy. That's easy for you to say. All right, let's go. We're running. Yeah, that's a lot of sessions. And a lot of hours.
How can we deal with this?
Oh my god, I remember dying here so much. best. Okay? Ah! No! Oh my god, I remember dying here so much during Route A. I kept getting my ass kicked. I kept getting trampled, and it's probably gonna happen again. So I want you guys all to be prepared. I'm probably gonna get my ass trampled, but we're gonna just try to use Dark Blast, okay? God, that was funny.
How can we deal with this thing?
Please, hurry!
I'm doing my best. Okay. See, we learned. We learned from my mistakes during Route A, where I think I died there like 4 times. Maybe more.
Can't get it open.
How did... Okay, what?
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
It's okay. We will go no further. Are you gonna say anything else? Okay. But now I don't want to hurt you. Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Maybe you shouldn't have.
I kind of like the immortal boar.
Look at her. So full of scorn and hate. She's just
Tyron,
like you, sunshine.
no one asked you.
Like you're any different.
Ow.
Hate is just another crush for you.
Hey now.
You're in pain, you're lonely, no one likes you. So you try to hide it under violence and hate.
I'm not like that at all.
I love you, Kaine. Never change.
It is.
Look, I'm the same way. But just realizing that isn't going to help. It's too late for us now. It's too late for everything. We're too far gone, you and me. That's why we...
That's why we what? Kaine, what? I would defend Kaine with my life. Like, if she said she needed me to, like, sacrifice my life for her, I'd do it. Thank you for the follows, by the way, to everyone who's followed. I think I just realized people followed before, and I don't remember if I said thank you. So thank you. I appreciate it. Also, now I really want oatmeal. I love oatmeal. Oh. They make me so emotional. I love the facade people. Can't just play this song.
What are you doing here?
You are correct.
Oh my god. No! I don't want to leave them here. You guys don't even know who the shades are. And you don't even know what you did to the wolf shade. The wolf shade wasn't even doing anything. It just wanted peace.
Hey! Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
This game sucks.
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
ゆくくおたおきアルタビート来るとこっちいるかてケタルイトエチケロアルテリアだせ
ギルジー
各石技師
真鍮カレルタカイザンテラス
なんだあらたてウラーヌペルアトチ
ウラーヌカレバテルトトチ
This makes me very sad.
Open the damn door!
I need one
Knock
of
it
those.
off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
I'm emotional.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Let him die for nothing.
My friend.
Okay, but I also too want him to open the door. I also want him to say sorry to the wolf. I still haven't forgiven the king for what he did to the wolf. I just remembered when we were fighting the boar. The wolves wanted to like just coexist and he just like I don't think this game is for the faint of heart, actually. Maybe it's not. Yeah, his arms are shaking. I would be too. I wouldn't be ready. And do you think when he was telling NieR, like, to keep pushing forward and to look forward to, like, that feeling of being reunited with the one he loves, do you think he was also kind of trying to reassure himself? Because, in a way, if he dies in that part, he'd be reunited with Fira. I like to hope that they get reunited. And then when he gets to the afterlife, Fira's like, you stupid bitch. The wolves, you should have been nicer to them. I just imagine that Fira would be... I just imagine that Fira would have been on the wolves' side. Like, she's in the afterlife. All they wanted was to coexist, man. Why'd you go after them? You projecting at Fira is wild. Listen, I'm not the only one that thought that she wouldn't want him to go on a revenge kick, okay? He was literally told that Fira wouldn't want that, and he did it anyway. And so did all the other people. So I hope in the afterlife she just gives him a little bit of shit. Just a little bit. Because I don't think she understood the wolves either. But the wolves! Ugh. Alright. Are y'all ready? I'm not. I keep thinking I'm ready, and then I forgot about certain things, and then they happen, and then I get emotional. Oh. Okay. God, I'm scared. Oh my god. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Devila. Popola.
Their little weapons actually remind me of the like moon crystal wands from Sailor Moon. You'd let them tell you what to do? I wouldn't, probably.
Oh, look. You made it.
But if they started singing, I'd probably just sit there forever and just listen.
We've been waiting for so long.
It hasn't been that long. It's literally been like maybe 15 minutes. You're exaggerating.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1,300 years ago. Humanity,
finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Uh-huh.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Obtained Project Gestalt documents. Gestalt. Can I read them? I'd like to read them.
Voice! My mind. I remember.
You know what? Someone needs to have like a Grimoire Weiss like mind break emote. Like, you know, like the Cyax emote that I have? I don't know how it would look, but just imagine like this is what Grimoire Weiss would look like right now, but the book version. Like that would be his face. That's what I'm picturing. It's just like zoomed in on that angle from the book's face. Exactly, just zoomed in on a book. At least he doesn't have eyes. We could pretend, okay? We could pretend. I'll give him googly eyes. We'll just paste googly eyes onto the book. And then we'll make it happen. He won't notice. It'll be okay.
Leveler. Opala. You are not human.
Mm.
In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister?
Damn, Devila.
All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
I get it. I know. They actually have line stickers of Vice like that. Wait, I need to see these. I need to see all of them. I want all of them. Oh my god. Now I want line. I feel like that's the only reason why I've ever wanted line in my life is to use the stickers, but then I never stick with it. No pun intended, by the way. I really did not intend that. But I literally never keep using it. He's a shell.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on. You know them as shades.
And we've been killing them this whole
Hello?
time. We talked about this a little bit earlier during the like Louise section, I think. Also, thank you for the lurk, Jaundice. I appreciate it. But it's just interesting because if you think about it, like the reason we can't understand shades, like if they're human, if they did all speak the same language at one point, like if we all spoke the same language, did they just like as shades become unable to speak English and then they just have their own language that we can't understand? And the whole time that we're on this, like, revenge spree to go get, or I guess rescue mission, we think it's a rescue mission to get Yona back. Kaine's just hearing all of these shades, like, in agony. And hearing their story. That had to suck. Hi, Colin. How are you? Welcome in.
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Okay.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time.
Okay. I understand that the Shadow Lord has probably been waiting a long time. But I don't believe that they have a great grasp of time anymore because they've only been waiting for like 10 to 15 minutes. It did not take me that long to go from when we first interacted with them through the other areas. So I feel like they exaggerate a little bit, just a smidge. Oh, I'm sorry, Colin. I hope that you're able to get some good sleep tonight. Also, hi, Megan. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. We are going to defeat the twins.
Please don't be angry with us.
Let's get
We are
down
only
to
doing our duty.
business to defeat the twins.
Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans.
Yeah, that sounds like kind of a shit existence sometimes. What if people don't want to be controlled?
You have your own motives, your own desires.
Okay, time to beat them up. Or they're gonna beat my ass. Just kidding.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No. I'm nothing like you.
I don't want to get through this fight too much because I want to listen to the music. Even though they want to kill me right now. It's okay. She can punch me while I listen to this song. It's fine. I'm sorry! Okay, I should probably heal. It is absolutely a vibe.
Devila?
Hold on, cutscene time.
Devila?
Popola, are you crying?
No! Don't die!
You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls.
Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it.
This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you.
Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone! Devila!
I just wish I didn't have to do that.
Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to. No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops! Oh my god, her scream! Also, why'd she have to say that that makes sense that that's why they're twins? As a twin, I find it a little rude. That was not very nice. Okay? Goddamn. She was like, oh, I guess that makes sense why we're twins. Because we don't have souls. Girl! As a twin, that's a little mean to say, okay? Damn. Even if that's not how you wanted to, for that to come off across, I was like, oh. Now I'm like crying. It's fine. Oh my god. The voice acting is also so good. Anyway, I hate this game, same. Even if this song is beautiful. As a twin, I took that personally. I did. She called me a soulless wench. That scream.
Don't do this, Popola!
Popola, I'm
You and Devil were
sorry.
like parents to me.
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight her.
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
I don't want to, though. I actually really don't want to. This entire, like, route, I have not wanted to do anything. I've actually...
fight them. They were so important to him and his life. Oh, Mars, thank you for the watch streak. I think it was more along the lines we're twins because we're otherwise incomplete. Oh no, Mars, I know what they mean. I'm just saying the line is funny. Because as a twin, it just sounds very funny. I know what they mean. It's just a very funny thing to me. Oh my god, this game is so good, but it's also so sad. And then NieR decided to stop fighting and start breaking it down. True, actually. We're just gonna listen to the song and enjoy it, even though it makes me even sadder because this is like the version that's when things are good and things are fine and how he like remembers them. And like the times that they weren't trying to fight him and everything, you know, it's cool. I feel so bad for NieR. It hurts a lot. This is so sad. I mean, she kind of explains it in that dialogue that it's like, it's hard for them to be alone. It's nice that they hide each other. And in the same way, if they're trying to argue that, like, since NieR is not human, he also doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be reunited with his sister. It breaks my heart so much, Colin. I would bring Devil back if I could. This game is really rude.
No stopping. No stopping ever.
The bridge! Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
I fear
God.
we're done for.
It'll be all right.
No.
You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
NieR.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No.
Now get going.
I don't wanna. I hate this.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil!
This is the worst.
Emil!
Emil, you jackass, get back here!
My son. This game sucks. I hate it so much, but I also love it.
Heine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone.
Nope. I can't hold it together now.
I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Oh my god. Yokotaro, when I catch you. I'm so sad. I don't know what to say, except this game is evil and also amazing, but it's also just really evil. Okay. I need to breathe. That's so true, Aaron. They are. I still hope she gives him just a little bit of shit about the wolves. I don't care what anyone says. She would know. Oh my god. I'm just... Oh, I love them both so much. They're both going through it.
Let's go.
I don't know if anyone ever fully emotionally recovers from this game, you know? Like, I feel like I'm just gonna be in pieces forever. And it's all Yokotaro's fault. It's fine. It's cool. Everything's fine. Gucci, a lot happened, but it's fine, okay? Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. Oh, God. I really hope so, because I don't think she would have wanted him to go after the wolves like that. And maybe we all could have lived in peace, but instead we're just destroying humanity one shade at a time. Oh, my God. This has been a lot. Olivia didn't need to go that hard. Oh my god, yeah. She did go that hard, and it was kind of amazing. How do they expect for me to just go back to playing? Because they know that's what I'm here for, is the pain. I miss Emil. Can I go back? I need to go get him. I miss my son. I'm really glad that I had this plushie here right next to me today, because I think I would have been even worse with crying if I didn't have him to hug. I think I would have just melted into my chair into just a pile of goo, and then we never would have seen the actual end to Route B, because I just would have been gone forever. Oh. Okay. Gotta take a deep breath. Oh, thank God. It's another hallway. I don't want to fight you guys anymore, okay? It doesn't feel right. Honestly, I think Yokotaro's onto something with wearing the Emil head everywhere. Low-key, sometimes I want to do the same. Like, just go out in public and only have the little Emil head on. I feel like it would instantly keep people, like, who I don't want to, like, talk to me away from me. But then also, like, any of the people that I would want to potentially talk to me would come up and talk to me. Maybe. And it would protect me. So this is how they expect you to play afterwards, Aaron, is they just give you a few hallways to like rehydrate yourself so that you have a time to like breathe a little bit before you're just gonna cry again. So they give you some time to like recuperate. Isn't that nice? Okay. Here we go. Back to the cutscene screen, so alerts will be off. I'm sorry. Yona!
Yona!
I kind of want that sound to play whenever I enter a room. He's a beautiful butterfly. Listen, Aaron, they go hard for every game that they do the soundtrack for. For Dragon Guard 3, Taro was using a sock puppet at the time, not an Emil mask. That's actually amazing. I kind of love that. But I do love the Emil mask.
Here, strike hard, hold nothing back.
I'll do my best.
speak
I agree more
in
now.
such a manner, fool.
Noir.
I am nothing like you.
I said that completely wrong. Grimoire Noir. Is it just like stuck in the corner? Raid Shadow Lord. True.
No, impossible.
What's impossible? Impossible. Impossible. I did it.
Be careful.
I know.
Hey, sunshine. I ain't
Ooh.
certain on this, but I think your heart is gone. The hate is gone. The sadness is gone. It's just a bunch of white light now. What the hell's going on here?
Tiny.
Tyrant, you're not the only voice in my life anymore. I've experienced fear, hate, and no sympathy. I'm a curse.
I don't want to interrupt it, but I have to
I
heal.
know that. But guess what? He still accepts me. He still forgives me.
Oh, come on. You're doing this for him?
I'm tired of this world and everybody in it. But I'll become his sword one last time.
This game sucks so much. Like, I love it, but oh my god. I don't even know if I'm doing anything really here. Oh, there we go. I was like, I don't think I'm really doing anything as much damage as I thought I was. There we go. Get the whack, Shadow Lord. She did have to let me heal, okay? It was very important. I love her and NieR's relationship. Oh.
Brother.
Yona. Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him.
I love how NieR just still doesn't get it.
It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me.
Oh,
Let's go home.
God, this is so sad.
sorry. I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that... I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Oh, I'm not ready to read his dialogue yet. This is gonna be really sad. Oh god, you need a restraining order on anything Yoko Taro related. Listen, at least it's a good cry. Hi, Jetpack. I really love the relationship of Kaine, Emil, and NieR so very much. Just the way that they love each other and want to support one another and fight alongside each other and just protect each other is really special. And I don't know, I just love them. Oh, but that part is so sad. And it's just like, you would think at this point NieR would like know, but it feels like even that though everything has been kind of like said to him, he doesn't really realize it yet. Ugh. Oh. God. The fact that like human shade Yona was just like, I can't do this. I have to.
Kaine, watch over Yona.
I have to let them be together. That's so sad.
You don't understand your sadness. You think I'm gonna sympathize with you?
I do.
I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this.
Okay, but like, he also wants to protect his sister, and
Vice, what's wrong?
ugh.
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing?
Vice, I'm sorry.
Do it. Strike the killing blow.
I'm doing my best, okay? This game was an emotional roller coaster when I did Route A back in the day. Did I die? Oh, no, I didn't. But thank you very much.
No bother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice,
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
Why?
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes?
I do.
Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together.
Hi, Walpy Knight.
But
Hi,
I
Baba's
fear
viewer.
This is where our journey ends.
Welcome
Vice.
in.
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Why are they both so great?
Nice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
He said, fuck cookbooks. Little bitches, little bitch ass. Emil's death is the worst. But it's okay. Because I have my Emil plushie to hold. But yeah, I'm sorry if I said any usernames wrong. Hello, welcome in. But yeah, I don't know if it's Bye-bye, viewer? I'm so sorry, but hi, welcome in. You can compare this game's theme to others, but that would potentially be spoilers. Yeah, let's not if we think it'd spoil other games. I don't want to spoil people on other games. Called out half your bookshelf. Damn, I'm sorry, Felix. Hi, Eris. Oh, this game is so good. But yeah, I would describe this series exactly like that. It really is one gut punch after another. But it's still such great storytelling and great writing, and just, I love the characters. Even if it is really just heartbreak after heartbreak in this series, it's so good. Hi, Jay Ramsey, how are you? Welcome in. Thank you for the watch streak. I'm feeling very emotional right now. Ow. Oh.
I have something to defend. I have a reason to live.
You be gone.
Shadowlight.
Oh, that's sad. I'm sorry. This actually, you know, it's fair that... The little music box. Hi, Jonathan. Maybe he should have gotten some medicinal herbs, okay, Aaron? That's his own goddamn fault. Some of us are better prepared in these fights, okay? It's not my fault that he didn't properly prepare himself at the villages and shit. Ugh. Oh, but he didn't fail. She kind of willingly chose not to be a part of it. He didn't fail. Oh, the iron pie. This is fine. It's cool. I'm okay. I'm not okay. Oh God. He has suffered enough. I've suffered enough, actually. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing good now that I have my little iron pipe. I'm just gonna do my best. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. I don't want to go outside.
Here, you can have this cookie.
Don't worry about it, Yona. I'm already full.
This again? That's what you said yesterday. You haven't been eating anything lately. Come on, at least take half.
Thanks.
She's a little one. They're both so small.
Hey.
Fine. No! You can't do this to me!
Thanks for always being there for me. Oh, here. I brought your hat.
Okay.
Thanks, Yona.
I fucking hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game so much. This game is booty cheeks. It's ass. During this.
Ow! Ow! Wow! That was crazy! I can't believe how well my sister's body holds up. Kinda hard to move when you're just ahead. I wonder where everybody is. I can't wait to see them again. But before that can happen, there's some stuff I gotta do first. Like finding a body. Or at least some legs. I sure hope Kaine and Vice haven't killed each other yet. I swear, you leave them alone for 1 minute.
Oh, Mio. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where to save. I used up all 3 of my saves. What do I want to do? Do I want to save over where I was right in front of Ruby, or do I not want to do that? Exit the clear data save screen. I'll be able to make one final decision. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Do I just load this? I'm scared. I'm very scared. Oh, load it. Yeah, okay. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm so freaked out. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'll know when it happens. Okay. I'm so glad you're streaming again. I was going through Jiangxi withdrawal. Oh, thank you, T-Bone.
With Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Oh, fuck. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared.
The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. I hate reading this because Kaine doesn't deserve any of this shit. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentors' parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to the sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh, look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless, a failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. Lays? Okay. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. Yeah, Demo's a little bitch. We're kicking his ass. He's on sight. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Well, they should. I think the hardest part for me as well in this story is, like, not only are the kids fucking awful, but, like, their parents don't care. Like, fuck the parents, too. Like, fuck them kids, fuck their parents. Like, they're all awful. All of them are evil to Kaine, and it breaks my heart. Like, I want Kaine to just kick all their asses. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Nicole gets it, though. I'd just like to say. I miss Nicole's stream so much. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. She really does deserve so much more. I hate the Aerie. How they treated her was abhorrent. Kaine was shocked to see Deimos sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. I remember this line. This is the best line in the world. Well, death is the best cure for stupid. I don't know why I made her Southern for a second. Listen, my old lady accent isn't that good, okay? I try my best. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here! Either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at that fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I caused bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Kaine's grandma is the best. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things, and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. "Do I make you sick, Grandma?" "Course not. Don't be an ass." Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. "But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't—" "Hush," interrupted Grandma. "I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell." With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Everyone needs a grandma like Kaine's grandma. Or just somebody in their life like Kaine's grandma. It doesn't have to be a grandma necessarily, but it's nice when you have somebody like that. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. "Didn't quite turn out right," said her grandmother as she squinted at it. "These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you." Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Kaine, you're beautiful." "Course you are. What a fool thing to say." Thank you, Grandma." Her grandmother smiled. "We're gonna be fine, you and me," she said. "Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine." Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. "I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough, even if it's us against the world." Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. All of these dreams are gonna break my soul, though. They're just gonna break my heart. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Abandon. I can't speak either. What the heck? Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. "Stupid piece of shit axe." Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. "Grandma!" called Kaine. "That you, Kaine?" yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. "Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or, a new axe or something. Hi, Ace Face, how are you?" The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Oh, I hope you had a good nap. I'm glad you're doing well. I am also doing good. I'm a bit low energy today just because, my work was short-staffed, so it was a very busy day. But I'm otherwise good. I'll let everybody else answer for themselves if they want to, though. Sounds like you're having a very cozy night. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the Eyrie. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. Hey, Extros! I hope you've been well. How are you? After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. I have never chopped wood in my life, and I don't think I'd ever be able to, nor would I want to. Probably. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. That's what, to me, it seems like it would be so difficult, but I've never done it before, so I'm not sure if it actually is or if I'm just weak. This is tough. And my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one of the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. I think it'd be fun if you want to give it a try. But yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be really good at it. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma? Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that! Just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. Yeah, it seems like there are a lot of, not restrictions, but things that you would need before you can actually chop wood. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. I'm doing good, Diablo. Thank you for asking. I'm a bit low energy today just because I had a rough time at work. It was very busy today, but other than that, I'm doing pretty well. If other people want to say how they're doing, please feel free. But yeah, I love the relationship between Kaine and her grandmother so much. Her grandmother fixed her with the gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund, older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. So she was just screaming, I'm a dumb bitch. I'm a dumb bitch. And I'm a hater. Anyone who's mean to Kaine, I don't like. Hey, lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. It really does explain a lot about Kaine's character. Especially the cursing. But I really love their relationship and how wholesome it is. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. Yeah. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Oh, man. Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle, but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Why is this game so sad? It's always just so sad. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said, as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. "Back already, are you?" asked her grandmother with a yawn. "Come here, let me have a look at you." Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. I just realized we weren't able to read. Yeah. I didn't even try, actually. They said that I got the files and I didn't even look in the book. I probably should have. Oops. I'll get to that part again, I'm sure. Or I'll be able to read something. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. We'll try. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horse shit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. I love Kaine's grandma so much. She's truly the best. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. Honestly, that would be magic crayons that I would need. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between laughter. You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush. I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. No, she probably loved it. Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Posh, she said, the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. No! I don't want to read this one. It's going to make me emotional. I'm scared. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Because bugs are tasty. I've actually never eaten a bug, but I'm not opposed to trying one because I know a lot of people who have said that they're not necessarily bad. Actually, no, I guess that's not true. I've had escargot before. Does that count as a bug? Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. What is a snail classified as? Because I forget. I've never had a scorpion, actually. But I don't know. I'm not really a picky eater. I'm usually willing to try things. A mollusk, I think. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm learning a new thing today. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. God damn, girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let 'em come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seems my mind is... Okay, it is a mollusk. Interesting. You learn new things every day. She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flower in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she'd ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Might try some chocolate-covered grasshoppers. I don't even know where you would get those. But I'm sure they'd taste fine. Chocolate-covered many things probably taste fine. Also, I hope everybody hanging out is having a good night. Or a good day. I forget that time zones are a thing sometimes. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun around on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect she tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Honestly, I would be willing to do that. I'll probably be doing a charity stream in July, and I'd be down to try it. Mostly because I've been wanting to try that type of stuff already, so I think it would be a good opportunity. I'm also big vibing, staying cozy as possible. Don't forget to stretch and drink water and stuff. I always forget to stretch, actually, when I stream, and it's a problem. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with the finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No. Oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. I appreciate your open-mindedness to trying weird foods like bugs. It's supposed to be one of the more sustainable protein sources. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like even though foods are seen as weird, that doesn't necessarily make them bad. And a lot of the time, some of those foods have really great nutrients in them. So I feel like it's worth it to give it a try. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time, Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with a bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive!" thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now! As Kaine struggled to get to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Reading is hard right now. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners, short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Yeah, these parts are very text-heavy. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back! She screamed. Give her back to me! It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. I realized a little too late you used all your points on trailer. Oh, that's okay, Jamie. Hi, welcome in. I hope you're doing okay. How's your night going? Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all of her strength. Grandma, come on. We have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no! No! I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever finished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers. But then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until it became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the sage, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly as if great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No. Can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. I'm not going to read all of these because my voice will die. Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. And we're back.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Are y'all ready? When anybody's girlfriend or partner or anyone in general asks if you would love them if they were still a worm, this is what they mean. Would you still love them if they were this shade worm?
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today.
Are they trying to kill me too? Possibly.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Depends if they kill my grandma. They might be trying to kill you. They may have killed your grandma. I don't know. Welcome back, Lands. Boom. Look at my damage. Oh my god, that's too fast. No! The way that I almost failed that. That would have been embarrassing. Kaine! She's back. We have her back. But now we have to read. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing out a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. No! Stop! Don't hurt that picture! Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture into the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine took her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. "See that?" he cried as he danced his jig. "It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha." "I look like that? Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die." Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear, "Ain't you got a wish, sunshine?" The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. "You know, a wish? Like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me!" Ka-ha-ha-ha. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. "I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die." The other voice boomed in her ears. "Bwahaha! Oh God, you are the best!" Kaine glanced down and saw black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving up toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain if left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening. "Come on," said the voice. "Let it go." Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. "Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it?" Have what?" "Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind." The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. "And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before." Okay, that's violent. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. "Are you a shade?" "Kahaha. Yeah, maybe. What of it?" The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. "Feels good, don't it?" asked the voice with a chuckle. "Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies." "Oh, shut the fuck up. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade." A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. "I can see better," she thought. "My eye must be growing back too." The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. "Stop," she whispered, marveling at how she regained her voice. "Stop." The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. "Ah, what the hell, sunshine? We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die." Grandma said, "Can't die yet." A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. "That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die." Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letter seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and shut up. Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddy of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Ha ha ha, stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me, we got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. How folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all that bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squashed your granny, we'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What, you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away from the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't. Fuck off, asshole. I'll handle the killing. Look at you go. Oh, sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran, and if you ever need me, I'll be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, I think this can work. Oh, but her heart gets pure in the end. It doesn't get rotten and sour. I'm gonna find that shade, and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak, and this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the area arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Grandma.
No, it's Emil.
Kaine, you gotta live. You gotta come back to us.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
I love all of them.
Shit. That's a long time.
True, it is a long time.
Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
I love them.
No, it's great.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. That's really fair. They did ruin it all, kind of.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand.
God, it's so funny, like, hearing that line now, because it's like, they're ruining it, because it's like, oh, they can't be in the village, but it's like, thanks, R2.
People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me.
They shouldn't be
As long
afraid
as
of
you're
you,
still with us,
Emil.
I can deal with it.
He doesn't deserve that.
Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But
We'll see you later. Sorry about this.
Hi, Supreme. How are you?
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Ray do be the goat. It's true.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila.
Oh, well, that won't be the last time.
For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola.
And that won't be the last time either. I promise you that.
But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village.
If only you knew at this
To protect
moment.
it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Ugh. Rootsy, we just started. But Root B was really, really good.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
Campfires are weird, aren't they? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
I love them.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
They're so important. But yeah, Rootsy is fine so far. We really just started
I
it.
guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
No, you are super interesting.
Come
You
on.
both are.
I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing.
Hi, Man Dog. How are you? Welcome in. But yeah, I mean, Root B was very emotional, but I think all of these roots are at this point. I would just say the best part of Root B is just how eye-opening it is to play through that entire, like, route again, but hear the shades and just know their perspective and how it just completely flips everything. Like, it makes you think so differently.
My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak.
Kinda, you never deserved that. All of those villagers were
Not one
assholes.
person. My grandmother accepted me just as I was, no matter how bad things got. She gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay. Can we just forget I told you about that?
Never. Thank you, Zeri. But yeah, I'm doing well, Man Dog. I am a little bit low energy today just because work was really busy, but other than that, I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm wondering how this route is going to be. Like, if it's going to be like Route B and have like subtle differences to it, or what it will be.
Sleep well.
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
I still have all my weapons though, right? Yeah! Thank you. Look at me go. I have so much. So much. Oh, wait, my... That's not the weapon I usually have equipped. Yeah, I want to use this. No worries, Zeri. Good luck at work.
Hey.
Oh, hi. I kinda thought you'd never talk to us again.
No, of course we are.
For the village, and that you don't have a
No
choice.
worries, Ace Face. Thank you so much for chilling tonight. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Or I guess I hope you have a good rest of your night if you're going to bed. But no problem.
Pretty much, yeah. But look, why don't you go talk to Popola? I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you.
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila?
Yeah?
Sorry about yesterday. I shouldn't have lost my temper like that.
You don't need to apologize. Anyone would be upset when their friends are hurting. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
Alright.
Oh, I know the feeling, R2. At least I got my save in. But I'm guessing I'm gonna just have to play through this part? Question mark? All over again? There might be subtle differences. I don't know. Or maybe the ending will just be different. Like maybe I'll have different choices to make.
Popola?
Oh.
Look, I want to apologize for yesterday.
Stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you.
You're both just doing your part
just
for the village.
Protect the villagers. And I jumped down your throat for it.
It's very kind of you to say so. Regardless, please don't let it trouble you.
He cares about them so much.
I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us.
Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know about the lost shrine, right?
The temple where I was first discovered.
That's it. Well, it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow.
Oh ho. It was right under our pages the whole time.
The bridge that leads there is unusable.
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes. The canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected. What with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge.
I feel like you've done so much. I'm really grateful. All right.
That silence is so interesting.
Be careful.
It's fine. Felt cute, might destroy humanity later. It's cool.
The path above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat landing.
Oh, so they want me to go there now.
Excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
The faster we can move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
I like how they're basically telling me, like, use fast travel often. And I'm like, no thank you. At least during Route B, I didn't use fast travel, like, at all. I didn't use the boat for anything. I just ran everywhere. But I feel like the areas aren't too far apart in this game. Oh my god, I'm on the cutscene screen. I just realized. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't usually struggle with running from place to place in this game. The question is... Yeah, so all of these quests are probably like from part 1 that I'll never be able to do.
Hey, look who it is. Remember me?
I do.
My pages. You're the slovenly half of that couple who refused to stop arguing.
Hey, it's been a while.
Sure has. I've been in charge of this canal since we last talked.
Oh, seeing him is so sad now.
Apparently I did a pretty good job with it because they decided to make me the permanent ferryman.
Like, any time that we see him after everything with Louise happens, it makes me sad.
Congrats.
Thanks. Still, it's not all puppies and unicorns. The old ball and chain is always harping on me now about how much I work. Anyway, if you got a place to be, just let me know and I'll take you there.
Okay. We'll probably go to the Lost Shrine. Do I want to go now?
Oh there!
I guess there is like a save at the Lost Shrine, so I can just go there. Do, 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 do.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead.
As well as the Shadow Lord's castle.
Let us make haste.
The way that NieR says that, the Shadow Lord's castle. I think we are officially starting Route C, but I don't know what's going to be different, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. Fog is kind of nice. Oh, Gretel. I feel you on that one. I understand that it isn't realistic, but I constantly feel like something bad is about to happen. I feel like it's just not easy sometimes. Once your body's convinced that something bad is going to happen, it's very difficult to convince yourself otherwise.
Kaine, Emil, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
True, it is stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun.
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You've got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you
Emil
catch
is
a
so
cold?
sweet.
Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast.
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
Oh, Kaine, you're the
We
best.
seem to be surrounded. This is hardly the time to be writing letters.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to save. But whatever. Aww.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
I'm sorry, little
These
ones.
are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
We do what we can with what we've got. Yeah.
It's the leader.
And that's the thing is, like, I'm not perfect at it. I am not the leader. It is I who rely on them.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying.
Foolish creatures. You cannot hope to best me.
They might.
Just keep coming.
These creatures
I like how they're
have
just standing in the back.
lure them into the light.
Holy shit. I'm so strong. Oh, Kaine, I love you.
Have you felled the beast?
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Oh god, the spinning is scary.
You ain't feeling bad this week, are ya? Ain't no turning back now.
Woo.
You gotta lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter.
No,
All
Tyron!
you know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
No, that's not true. Woo! This is hardly the time to be writing letters. He really called me out for that, and he's had before. He's definitely done that before.
Kaine!
Oh, this part never gets easier to
You're
witness.
kidding me.
Kaine!
No, it's okay, Emil. We'll save her. We are incomplete, but our friends make us whole. I've seen that like 3 times now, and it's still really just hurts. That part got shown in trailers?
Kaine! Are you alright?
Wow.
Kaine!
Once again, I'm glad I don't
fear
watch
there is
trailers.
little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
Oh,
What
Kaine.
is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
She'll be fine, Nightmare, okay? Because now she's gonna go sicko mode. I'll save her, though.
It's Kaine's shade!
We've no other choice. We must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
The amount of damage I do is wild.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
She's back.
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be with...
We're always going to be together, Kaine. If you transform again,
But
we'll
they're
just stop it again.
not.
As I don't care how tough it is.
Oh, I'm sorry,
I'm gonna
Emil.
get
I didn't mean to
back.
cut you off.
I like sleeping outside because I'm with you, Kaine. I'm able to ignore my appearance and keep going because of you. I'm weak and I'm sad and I'm lonely, but you make me strong. You're my friend and I need you. So don't you dare leave me.
All right. Stop crying.
I love them all so much.
Thanks. I'm all right.
Over there.
It's time. Emil, my son.
And was he?
It's me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but
I'm sorry,
I don't know
Vice.
what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's
Okay.
go ask Popola.
He's such a stink. Vice is a stink. I forgot they don't let me save after that. They make me immediately go.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is the key to unlocking the Shadow Lord's castle. Here, take a look at this. I wrote down all the words I can understand. This fragment is called the Stone Guardian. Given that you found it in the Lost Shrine, the words must mean something. There are spaces here for 4 other fragments as well.
And we'll get it. We'll do it.
Sacrifice, the Law of Robotics, the Memory Tree, Loyal Cerberus. The Law of Robotics probably refers to the Junk Heap, and the Memory Tree might be the Forest of Myth. But as for Sacrifice and Loyal Cerberus, I don't have a clue.
Not a problem.
Hmm?
If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the world killing every big monster we find.
Every time,
right?
his murderous intent just gets scarier.
Splendid. By all means, let us undertake a murderous rampage.
They're just shades. Besides, it's the only way to reach the Shadow Lord.
But they aren't just shades.
Yeah, well, Yona's in even more danger.
But how can you even be sure that she's...
Because she is! Right? The Junk Heap and the Forest of Myth, yeah? I'm on my way.
Please be careful. Oh, and listen. About Kaine and Emil.
Uh-huh.
The villagers know how much they've sacrificed, and they're thankful. It's just... they're scared, you know? People can't change overnight.
I don't... Okay, well, tell them to fucking try.
I'll hurry them along the best I can. But can you please give them a little more time?
I've said this last stream, or like in previous streams when we did this part. I will give them a second. But Emil is my son, and I will protect him with my entire life. And if they don't like him, and if they don't trust him, they can suck a toe. They can suck all the toes, okay? I don't care. They can suck like the grimiest toe you've ever seen. Because Emil and Kaine deserve to sleep in the village. I don't want to head for either one right now. But I'd probably do the Forest of Myth.
Popola said we might be able to find something in the Forest of Myth.
You will forgive me if...
But we won't go there right now. Inventory limit. Overflowing. I am about to end stream because I've been streaming for about 4 hours. But yeah, I hope you all have a good night, a good time zone. May your heart be your guiding key. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Bye.